Good morning everyone and welcome to a new video on the channel. It is Tuesday the 25th of April 2023. It is currently 20 past 6 in the morning. Why am I up so early for a night game, I hear you ask? Well, it is because I am spending all day on the megabus and heading down to Hertfordshire for Boreham Wood versus Gateshead in the National League. It is our last away game of the season, minus a certain event that nobody's really mentioned. Anyway, really looking forward to this. Let's end our season on the road on a high. Let's get into this. Let's head on down to Boreham Wood. So I'm in Boreham Wood, and by God that was a long journey. I mean, obviously the megabus is the cheapest way of getting down here, but by God it doesn't half drag, and it obviously the travelling does take it out of you a little bit, but nevertheless I'm here and going into this evening's game. Boreham Wood are currently in 7th place in the National League table, and with a point tonight they would secure a playoff place, although if we win tonight then it potentially provides an opening for Southend to sneak in on the final day, although they would need to win their game and Boreham Wood to lose theirs on the final day. But as for us, we are now in 17th place in the table following Saturday's loss against Woking, but if we win we would move up to 15th place and could potentially have a chance of sneaking in the top half on the final day of the season. But as I said on Saturday, and as I will keep on reiterating, it's job done for us. We've survived, and like Saturday, we can just come into this one tonight and just enjoy it somewhat. Really, I mean, we're not in the business of doing favours. I mean, I don't think we'll roll over for Boreham Wood or anything like that. I mean, at the end of the day, there is still an integrity side of it all, and we've obviously got to be fair to Southend as well, and just make sure we do everything we can to try and win the game. And I think whether it's pre-season, mid-season, a cup match or whatever, I don't think it's ever a bad time to get in the habit of winning. And I think, especially if we can finish these last two league games on a high. I mean, I know I'm sort of saying it over and over again in a minute, but take that bit of form into the FA Trophy final, a good couple of results this week might just sort of entice a few more people to buy tickets to go to the trophy final. But it's going to be a very tough game this tonight. Obviously, Boreham Wood know what they need to do, and I'm sure they will sort of go all out to make sure they do that. The sort of team, they don't score massive amounts, but they certainly don't sort of concede too many either. So on that, maybe would take a point tonight, but As I say, it's been a long journey down here, and it would be nice to have some sense of reward for that. But nevertheless, it's the last away game of the season. I'm going to enjoy it. Just make the most of my time with my pals in the stand and what have you. So let's on down to Meadow Park and find out how it all unfolds. So Boreham Wood are just in the far distance warming up, are going to be in their usual all white this evening. And we're getting ready just down here, going to be in our change strip of blue. Anyway, I will see you when the players are coming out of the tunnel.
We're Gateshead! We're Gateshead! We're Gateshead! How we, man! I didn't think we'd play it, man. Come on! Hey, lads! Hey, lads! Hey, lads! Hey, lads! Hey, lads! Hey, lads! Away! The lads! Away! The lads! Away! Rocky reject! Go on! Oh! There's a star man! Run it down! Go on! Go on! Yes! Yes! Come on! Yes! Get it! Come on! There's a star man running down the right. His name is Adam Campbell and he's fucking dynamite. There's a star. I've got a rare. And Adam. Go on! Shoot! Whoa! Oh! Oh! I'm gonna win! I'm gonna win! Go on! Go on, Steve! Go on! Go on! Go on! Oh! Oh no! Go on! Hit the angle! No! Hey! Oh!
Oh! That would have been the best goal I've ever seen. What, Marcus?
Oh no! Hey!
Half time, Boreham Wood 0, Gateshead 1, and I tell you what, it's been, in my personal opinion, one of our best halves of football all season. We've been absolutely all over these, and you've got to remember as well that Boreham Wood are obviously going for a playoff position, and yeah, a point would secure it for them tonight, and we've come down here and pretty much played them off the park. Obviously, in the first sort of few minutes of the game, they had the early chance, which really they should have scored from, but Lee Nudlove, unfortunately for him, had sort of blazed it over the bar. But since then, it's just been all us pretty much. I think we've had basically every single chance since then. If anything, the only disappointing side to this is the fact that we're not even further ahead. But I imagine Luke Garrard's going to be giving them a bit of a kick up the backside at half time, and might be a bit different in the second half. But if we keep going about this the way we are, then there's no reason whatsoever why we can't go on and claim all 3 points from this game. I mean, as I said before the game, I would be happy with a point, and my view on that hasn't changed. But honestly, where we're playing so far, like if anything, if we did finish as a draw, like there might be a hint of disappointment in that. But we'll obviously see how the second half goes. As I say, I expect them to be a bit more fired up to get the playoffs guaranteed. But as we're proving so far, we are not going to make it easy for them by any means.
Come on, boys, keep it watertight. Tim. Told you, damn it, Tim.
I don't know how you envisage. Oh no.
Offside! Hey! Shithouse!
If that. Jesus Pete's, man.
Go on!
Oh.
Go on!
You chummy bugger. Go on!
Go on!
Oh, okay.
I feel would have put that away.
Sponge. Oh, Jesus. Pete.
Go on! Go on! Go on! Go on!
Oh, what a save that is.
What?
Oh, no.
Hey! 1, 2.
Go on!
Yes! Get it! Yes! Get it! Yes! Come on! Get it! Come on! Get in! Yes, boys! Get in! Get in! Come on! Get in! Oh, for fuck's sake.
No way.
Well done!
4 minutes of added time at the end of this game.
Where's he getting that from? I knew before the game. Wellington! Great tackle!
Run for. Oh, save.
Yes! What Gateshead! What Gateshead! What Gateshead! What Gateshead!
So this is a little tradition Gateshead players have at the end of every game. It doesn't matter how long the distance is to the away game, whether we've won, lost or drawn, at the end of every single away game without fail, we'll come over and do this. It's one of the most satisfying, for me, one of the most satisfying things about
Well done,
this
lads!
club. Just that level of appreciation. Just watch.
Well done, Adam, mate. Thanks for coming every game. Well done, brilliant. Thanks for us.
Well done, man. Appreciate it.
Well done, Will.
Well done, Ed. Well done, Jackie. Well done. Played Larac.
Well done, Louis.
Played Louis.
Well done.
Cheers.
Well done, Robbie.
Cheers, thanks.
Well done, lads!
Full time, Boreham Wood 0, Gateshead 2. Woo! Talk about saving one of the best until last. Yeah, what a performance away from home that was. A perfect way to round off the away games this season. I think it's been a tough year. We've had a lot of travelling to do, covered a lot of miles throughout the season, yet that just felt like that just felt so satisfying, I'm not going to lie. It's just like the way we played. You got to remember Boreham Wood, with a point, would have secured a playoff spot tonight, and yet we've stepped into their own backyard and absolutely played them off the park. I mean, it's absolutely fantastic from start to finish. There's not one player out on that pitch tonight that you could say had a bad game. I thought everyone was probably like an 8 or above. Really was that sort of night for us, and you think obviously now I've got a long night ahead travelling back home on a megabus. Doubt I'm gonna sleep that much, because I can't really sleep unless I'm in like an actual like lying down position. So it's gonna be a long night. I'm gonna be tired when I get back, but for what's just happened there, worth every minute of it. Just being in that little stand tonight, only 45 of us or something like that, but we all had a really good night. We had a laugh, and yeah, it was just obviously great for me, like as the person that does these videos, to share with you exactly what the players do at the end of every single game, where they come over and shake our hands. There's win, lose or draw, they always do it, and just a message to the players, just thank you so much for that. I know it's only a small thing, but it really does mean a hell of a lot. I mean, obviously tonight it's a long way, like we've travelled to pretty much London on a Tuesday night, but even if it was just like, I don't know, away to Spenny, away to York, or away to Blythe or something like that, like what it means, there would still be exactly the same. I mean, you can follow all these big clubs like your Arsenal's, your Man United's, or like Real Madrid's, whoever, but would their players come over and shake travelling fans' hands at the end of the game? Probably not. I mean, granted, like there'd be a lot more hands to shake, but it's just that like connection between club and fans at this level of football that really does it for me, and it's why I totally fell in love with the non-league game. I fell in love with Gateshead, really. So like, just a little word from me now, just massive thanks to the Gateshead fans that have sort of travelled about around the country with this season. Massive thanks to the players as well. Massive thanks to Mike and to Busted. Obviously last week I made my pretty bold statement about Mike, but I'm going to give Ian Watson a lot of credit too. Like before the game starts tonight, I was observing the warm-ups, and he does a hell of a lot for this club, and it really doesn't go unnoticed. But then you also got the likes of Carl Magnay, Lewis Story, Rob Elliott, to do a lot of great work in terms of the coaching as well. So the club's in good hands, and fingers crossed now we can end the league season on a real high on Saturday evening. But there's that for this video. Now I'll be back tomorrow with the North Riding Senior Cup final between Scarborough Athletic and South Park Rangers. One of the most unique cup finals of our time, I think it's safe to say. Like, when thinking of gulf between the two clubs, obviously the game's going to be played at York City, but all the same, I'm really excited for it. It is, as I say, going to be a very unique final. So until then, take care, cheers for watching, and I'll see you later. Get in! You know me, come on!